Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 19 of my Let's Play series. Now, last episode we built up this incredibly efficient raid farm that we only have to stand in and swing at mobs, but in this episode my goal is to get this system hooked up to my storage system. So what I want to do is take these chest outputs that I have in the back here, take them out, sort out all of the non-stackable items that I don't want to put in the storage system, and then send everything else up there to be sorted into categories. So the first thing that we need to do is get a design going and figure out exactly what mechanics we want to use to make this work. So the parameters for this are based on the items that we get from it. So we get all of the witch loot, so that is easy enough. Those things we're already sorting up above, so we can just send those straight up. But we also get non-stackable items, so items that don't stack above 1, and these are much more difficult to sort properly. So what we want to do is pull out all of the non-stackable items before it goes up to that storage system, and then all we have to do is add in the extra items that are added from this farm that aren't part of our witch farm. So we'll add emerald filters and any other filters we want up there for the different items. But the first thing that we need to do is deal with non-stackable items. So I am just going to jump into a little creative world and show you what I have come up with. So just as a demonstration of how we do this, this is the orientation of the items in our farm. They get fed into the top of these chests by hopper minecarts, and just like that. And then we take the items out of the bottom, and that is what we are going to be doing. So take a look at this. This is the orientation in which the items are going to come out of the farm. Now, what we want to do is on each side, because we need to pull out 2 hoppers at a time because of how fast the farm is, on each side we need a tileable system to be able to pull non-stackable items out of the line. So at some point we need to put hoppers below that will only take out non-stackable items. So in order for that to happen, what we need to do is we need to take a comparator output from the top hopper. Now, the way that comparator outputs work is it measures how full the hopper is, but depending on the item, it'll put out a different level of fullness. So as you can see right now, one singular redstone item puts this redstone dust to power level 1. But one singular totem of undying puts this to power level 1, 2, 3. And that is because this is worth 64 of this. So if you put 64 of this in, you see now we also have power level 3. So this is how we can differentiate between the 2 different items. As the items come through the hoppers, there will only ever be one item in here at a time. And when it's a non-stackable item, what we want to do is take that output, which would be 3, 1, 2, 3, and what we want to do with that is turn off a redstone torch. So if we were to get rid of this right now, what you would find is if we lock the hopper below, just like this, we will take that out in a second. When I put in a redstone dust, nothing will happen over here. That torch will remain on, but when I put in a totem of undying, this torch will turn off. And so we can use that to lock and unlock the hopper below in order to make this work. So then all we have to do is take an output from this torch right there with a redstone dust. So that is now normal. And then we want to take that and force it into this block over here, which we will do with a repeater. And how do we want to make sure that that works? Normally, instead of that, let's take a block here, and then a block below, and then a repeater on top of this. This block is being powered by this dust because it goes in every direction. And then there's a repeater that locks the block below. And thus, if we put a totem of undying in here, it will now disappear completely. That is, oh, did it go down the other side? Where's my totem of undying? It went down the other side. If we put a totem of undying in here, what we will see is it will end up down here, but if we, let's just put a chest over here for now, if we put a redstone dust in there, it should end up in the chest beyond. I keep putting it in the chest and it's going to the wrong side. There we go, it ends up in the chest beyond, and that is what would happen no matter the orientation of what we put in there. So say I put 4 redstone dust, a totem of undying, and then 4 redstone dust. No matter what happens, the 8 redstone dust ends up in here, and the 1 totem of undying ends up there, and then all we have to do is collect the items at the bottom, and this system we can create on both sides. So all of our stackable items, our redstone, our emeralds, everything would keep going in the line, and everything that is stackable or non-stackable, the totems undying, the crossbows, I believe axes, all of those things would end up in this chest down here. And this works tileably, which means if I were to make the exact same contraption on this side with a torch, a redstone dust, and 2 redstone dust, that no matter what I put in the chest at the back, we will get the same solution at the front, meaning where did my totem of undying end up? There it is. So totems undying, redstone dust, redstone dust. No matter how this goes, and now you see it's pulling out 2 at a time. That's our double speed. No matter what order they go in, the only thing that will come into here is the non-stackable, and the only thing that will end up here is the stackable. That is a fluke, I believe, from me breaking something. Let's just check one more time. Redstone, well, I messed that up. I believe that is just from there was a redstone dust in there while I was building this little contraption. Because if I now put this in and throw in some randomly, it should always be reliable. Yes, there are the totems, and there's the redstone. So that is the system for that. And then all we have to do at the end here is put a dropper at the end of each of these. And then we need a block on the side. We will put a comparator. I'm designing this right now. So a comparator that will read if there are items in there. And then we need a sticky piston, a redstone block, and some observers is what I think. This is the best way to do this. So what we'll do is we will do this by observer clock. So just like that. And whenever that observer gets pushed up, we will get a signal. Then all we need is sticky piston facing down with a redstone block. No, we can put that one higher. Sticky piston facing down with a, don't change that, with a redstone block. And then we want to power that piston, meaning redstone dust just like that. Should that work? Let's just give it a test. Any block in there, and the block gets fired out. So it is a super simple system just like that. Might be able to compact this a little bit more even. If I were to move this piston down, I could just, I suppose it just changes around the orientation of the way that this works. Does that power that? Yeah, so we need less redstone dust this way. That is a nice little loop system. And the best thing about this, it is also should be tileable. That is super easy to check. All we have to do is redstone dust, block and comparator here, put our sticky piston upside down right there, and a redstone block. Let's just check this out. Make sure that everything is good here. Throw 32 in there, throw 32 in there. There we go. And then all we have to do is feed that into a water stream here. And we will probably end up funneling it over towards our storage system, which means it will come this way. It'll look something like this. I'll use glass instead of iron blocks. This is just so that I can show you what I'm up to here. But that will be the system that we install over in the other side. All of the non-stackables will go below. Obviously, I'm going to have more than one double chest because that would fill up very quickly. And everything else will go into a water path that will intersect into our water elevator and put all of the other items into our storage system. So let's hop back over into our survival world and see if we can build something like this up. Okay, and here we are back in survival. Earlier, I gathered up a bunch of resources that I thought I might need, so I'm going to build on stone. I've got my green glass, lots of chests and hoppers, and I've got my redstone box here for all the redstone we might need. I brought a ton of extra wood in case we need that as well. The last thing that I need to do is get rid of the bad omen effect, and I went back to my base in between episodes and got a bunch of buckets of milk so that hopefully I can, there it is, yep, clear that effect off. So these are for when I leave here and need to get rid of the effect, or when I need to go down low or anything like that, so that I don't end up accidentally starting a raid. You really don't want to do that here, or more importantly in my base, because I don't want all of my villagers to die. So I'm going to get this built up now, and I'm going to do it in the form of a third-person time lapse, so let's get it going. And we're back. So let's take a look at what we built up back here. This is pretty much exactly what I built up in the other world, maybe slight differences. We've got the droppers here that are going to shoot everything into this water stream. And then all I did was I intersected this water stream down here with a pressure plate, so everything runs across there and goes into the elevator, and you can pick it up above. And I already tested this a little bit. I threw a bunch of items in there, and then when it stood up there, and it seems to work properly. The only thing that we now have to do to get this totally working is to hook up these last two hoppers. So there's still a couple of items in here, so Totem of Undying and 3 crossbows. We should see all of those items come out down below. So this is where their Totem of Undying, 1, 2, and there should have been a third crossbow, but it could have gone to the other side. Yeah, there's the other crossbow, so there we go. These are all stackable items that came in before I got the redstone in properly, so now this is totally empty of stackable items. We should not see any more coming in here. If we do, then we know something is broken, and any stackable items, you should see them flying up there, which is emeralds and anything else. I don't know where those emeralds came from. I didn't see them in one of the chests, but oh, there seems to be lots of items flying in. Oh, because the droppers had filled up, not the chests. So these are all the items that were already... Yeah, I remember our 55 emeralds from our one time. So the next thing that we need to do is I want to get some item frames over here today to start labeling these chests, because this is starting to get confusing with all the items that we're loading into here. But I want to... I've got 2 stick ones there, and then I think I want 2 for emeralds, so I want to put them on the end here. So emeralds there and emeralds there, because I think we're going to be getting a lot of emeralds. So let's do those. I definitely want to bring over some item frames today and get item frames on these, and then we'll figure out if we want to keep any of the other stuff that comes along. I don't really need the heads, don't really need the banners, but if anything else pops up, we'll do that. Now, in between, I also went back to my base and I did a little bit of trading. On the purpose of making a different sword. So when I'm in the machine, basically the way that it works is you don't eat while you're in there, and while you're swinging your sword, you do take saturation. So eventually you start dying due to hunger, but the regeneration beacon that we have at the bottom keeps us just alive, basically. So you're basically dying the whole time you're in there, and on the rare off chance that one of the mobs manages to kill me, I don't want to lose stuff. So I've put a shulker box over here under the glass so that nothing can spawn on it. That one right there. Oh, and I missed. So that when I am AFK in here, I will remove all of my stuff, and then I will just use this new sword that I have built and named Raidomatic. And I'll just pop that right in here, and I will just use this. This will be the only thing in my inventory while I am inside of the loop, because I know that under rare circumstances, you can get killed by a Vex, or even apparently sometimes you can get like a Phantom can knock you out of this water stream and kill you, but it's like super rare. So I'll do that. Just so that I don't have that problem. But now this farm is pretty much ready to go. I just want to put pressure plates on these hoppers just to make sure that absolutely nothing can spawn. I don't think anything can spawn on hoppers anyway, but just in case, everything is capped off. So now this farm is totally ready to go. I've got the item filter for emeralds up there. I think the next thing that I want to do is test out this farm properly. I did one cycle last time, but this time I want to truly test this out. So I am going to go in here and I'm going to do 1 hour AFK. And some people might wonder how you AFK this farm, because you do have to be constantly clicking. Now, I will be doing it with the assist of a clicking program that's just going to click my mouse once per second. But you can also do it with weird F1 tricks that are actually in Minecraft as well. Oh, I've got these shulker boxes of my materials from before that I just need to quickly get rid of. I have a chest here just full of junk shulker boxes that I need to take back and sort out. It's all the junk from building stuff around here, so I need to just pop that into my sorting system. But there we go. So now I have nothing in my inventory. Take off my elytra, pop that in there, and then I just need this sword. And now I've just realized that I don't have the bad omen effect. Okay, I now have the bad omen effect from our little setup over there. I will now take all my stuff off again, throw it all in there, pickaxe, rockets, get my sword out. I have nothing on me. We are totally good to go. We just need to turn that clock on over there. Just flick that lever, and then everything is running. Don't fall in there, and now we pop ourselves in here, turn on our clicky, and we are good to test this for 1 hour, and I'll do a little bit of a time lapse just so that you can see how efficient this farm is, so let's get it going. And we're back. It has been 1 hour in the AFK spot over here. I'm just going to kill up these last couple mobs. There we go. That one is done. As you can see now, you can see that my hearts and my food bar, my hearts are taking damage because my food bar is empty, but regeneration is able to heal me up fast enough that it isn't a problem. So now let's just hop over here, flick this switch off so that the thing stops. We can actually even stop this for now, just to bring the noise level down. Okay, and then we just need to grab... Oh, wow. Okay, so, right, stuff is going to fill our inventory a little bit as well, but we can just throw all of this into this chest over here. Maybe I just need to put something in my inventory that will stop that from being a problem. If I just like fill my inventory like this with an item that's not in the farm, I'll never get anything in my inventory, so that's okay. And then we'll put our sword in here and we'll load up with our stuff and then go and check out what we got. Okay, so first of all, let's see what items are up here that we're not sorting out at the moment and see if we want to keep any of them. So let's just stop here and pick them up. Oh! Why are there stackable items here. We cannot have filled up that other storage in 1 hour. No, I mean, that would be insane. There's like, what, 12 double chests here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 double chests? We cannot have fit. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Are we? Oh my god, this is 100% full. Okay. Right. So, wow, I did not expect that. That is hundreds and hundreds of non-stackable items. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out a way to burn excess non-stackable items at some point, but what other things did we get? Let's just get rid of these right now. This is just totally excessive for us to have that many non-stackables. That can go, that can go, that can go. Okay, so the items that are actually coming into here that are despawning are the heads, evokers, pillagers, vindicators. Don't care about it. The banners, we could keep the banners, but I don't. Maybe just to keep the lag down. It's just one more item to deal with, and if we ever need a slot over here, we can always remove them. So let's just do that one in the middle as banners. Now I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if this is actually a problem in this system. Oh no, because it only stacks to 16, so it's exactly the same. So that's fine. We'll do banners like that, and that's the third chest here. Heads we don't care about. There's not that many, so they can despawn. Let's just toss them away, because we do not care about them. That's just a filter item. Totem of Undying. Crossbow, don't care. So now, let's see how many emeralds we got. This is 1 hour, so... Okay, so pretty much with filling up the filter up there, that's pretty much... Oh, and some of them even skipped over to the next one and filled that filter. So I would say that's pretty much 1 double chest of emeralds an hour. That's a lot of emeralds. So that is absolutely fantastic. That's like 6 stacks of emerald blocks per hour. So I am super happy with that. Now, for the rest of this episode, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. I'm going to drink my milk here. And then what I want to do is I want to take all of these shulker boxes back to the base, sort them out, and grab some item frames, come back and place them in here so that we can get this looking a little bit better and we know where our items are. So let's head back to the base. All right, so with the system that we have, all we have to do is throw every single one of these shulker boxes into our system here, and it will place them here. It will unload them on the hopper below it, and then once that one is empty, I can just show that off a little bit by making this a little bit easier for it to empty. See, when it empties, it will get broken and the next one will get put in, and then that one will get emptied. That's all the wood that I brought over. And we can also throw stuff in here to get it thrown into the system, which I'll just do like that. Okay, now we need item frames. So let's get... Don't think I have a chest for item frames, so I'll just... oh, I might have some... At one point I had a chest over here that had item frames in it. That's all the ore from... No, that's not the ore from that. This is concrete, wood. This is the ore from digging the perimeter. I don't think there's bottles of enchanting, total undying. No, okay, so let's grab some leather and some sticks, and let's make a bunch of item frames. All right, so I got myself a full stack of item frames, which I'm going to take back over. That should be more than enough for the entire time that we're over there, and get our storage system a little bit better sorted out. And there we go. We got item frames with all of the items for the storage system set in here. Got a bunch of extra that I'm going to leave in this chest over here. I made them invisible with our book trick that I have showed you before with the armor stands data pack, but there we go. Now everything is organized. Unfortunately, I didn't think about it, but I should have actually put like a blocker item in here at some point just to see how much of these items that I was getting from the farm so that I could actually tally how many items that we're getting. But that is pretty much all the time that I have for today. We built up this awesome storage system. We did a bunch of AFKing. We got our new amazing sword for there. We've done a little bit of tidying and everything as well. And the perimeter is really coming along. There's a lot more things that I want to put in here. There is an issue that I'm having with this farm in that I'm not getting Hero of the Village. The effect Hero of the Village, which I should be getting, and I'm wondering if I've done something wrong over here. So I'm going to do a little bit of investigating on that in between episodes. But that is where I'm going to call it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, make sure that you smash the subscribe button. But again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.